Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to another episode of Momtist. My name is Hez Graham. My channel is all about my goal to complete 10,000 hours of art while facing the challenges of being a new mom. This week's art exercise is all about drawing the cube. Now these art exercises are really important in my opinion because drawing a cube makes it easier to draw a house or a building or any other cube-shaped object for that matter. And don't forget to check out last week's art exercise, which was focused on the sphere, which is also helpful in drawing apples or other fruit or even flowers for that matter. So I'm going to keep focusing on these tonal studies for a little bit. Next week I got one more coming to you, and then we're going to mix it up a little bit later. But I hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you on the other side. This is another exercise that comes from Kathleen Luchensteiger's book, The Oil Painting Course You've Always Wanted. The first thing that you want to do is draw a light line down the middle and make a Y shape. It's going to be a wider Y at the very top, as you can see here. And then match the bottom lines with the top lines of the cube. And then you want to draw 2 lines down each side, depending on how wide you want your cube to be. And then repeat the angles in the same direction at the top. And then you want to draw in your cast shadow and the tabletop line. We're going to put our source light up at the left-hand corner, and the general light will reflect onto the top and the side of the cube. We'll label those L. Because you have a situation where light is on 2 sides of the cube, you need to define the edge of the cube by putting a little bit of shadow either on the side surface or the top surface, just to define that edge. Put an asterisk there to define the edge of that shadow. Now for distinguishing the body shadows. The right side of the cube is going to be where the halftone is because the core of the shadow is on the other side of the cube, which we obviously cannot see. The halftone is only turned partially away from the light, so it's going to be a light gray color. You can label that HT. Then fill in your cast shadow. That will be a very dark color. The background shadow will be medium dark. And then the tabletop will be light gray. Now we'll draw a second cube with the light coming from the right facing towards us. This is called backlighting. So draw a cube just as we did in the beginning of the direction. Draw your cast shadow going down to the left in the opposite direction as the source light. Then shade in your background with a medium gray tone. Shade in your table with a light gray tone. And then of course shade in your cast shadow with a very dark tone. The top of the cube is facing the source light, so there will be no shadow. We can label this L. Now the left side of the cube is opposite of the source light, so it will be the darkest part of the shadow. But there will also be reflected light at the bottom. So fill in the reflected light at the bottom, which is obviously light coming from the reflection of the table. And then the upper part will be much darker. The right side of the cube is turning away from the source light, so this will be the halftone. Shade this in with a light gray and label it HT. Now you can go back and define some of the edges by darkening the background a little bit or blending the shadow and the reflected light together a little better. Practice this throughout the week if you have time. Just a little bit of time here and there will be very helpful. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this little exercise. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the exercise, or if you're doing the exercise. Or let me know what other exercises you're working on to keep up with your art practice. And don't forget to subscribe, because I do have another art exercise coming at you next week. So we'll see you then. Take care.